everybody, welcome back. I'm here to discuss pH again and why it's so important in gardening. So what I have before me is a bunch of samples from my neighbors' houses and also some samples from the grocery store chain that is by my house. I purchased 2 bottles of water from them, one which was cheap, 79 cents, another one which claims to have an already neutral pH. And then I bought a cup of water from their soda vending machine. And then the neighbors in my community were kind enough to donate samples to me this morning. So I appreciate that. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to take some time to pH test all these, write them down, and hopefully show a variation that occurs just within a few blocks of where somebody lives. The short and dirty version of pH and why it's so important to me is that the way a plant uptakes its nutrients depends a lot on pH. As far as vegetation grows, when you're first starting to grow your plant, you're going to want to maintain a pH between 5.5 and 5.9. That's when they start to uptake more of those vegetative nutrients. And then as they start to establish themselves and you want to start growing flowers or fruits, you're going to want to up your pH just a tiny little bit to 5.9 to 6.3, and that's when they start uptaking those nutrients that make them blossom and grow. Another reason why pH is so important is that different types of plants require different levels of pH. So blueberries, for instance, you want to keep them between 4 and 5, at a 4 and 5 level on your pH meter. Basil, 5.5 to 6, celery, 6.5, lettuce, 6 to 7, peppers 5.5 to 6, tomatoes 6 to 6.5, strawberries are 6. You can see that it varies a lot, and then you start getting into your cabbages and beans and things like that. You're going to get more curious about what your plant wants. On to the results. Alright, so here we have my community samples right here, the ones with the numbers. We have a range of 7.5 all the way up to 8.05, sorry. So 7.55 to 8.05, and you might be looking at this and thinking, it's a big deal. It's a big deal when your plants require a pH of between 6 and 6.5, and the pH in your area that's coming out of your water spigot is at 8. You might want to start pH downing. And if you live, let's say your water source is coming from, the 6.7 range, and your plant requires a pH, higher, around 7, you're going to want to calibrate a little bit higher. I'm speaking more in regards to growing things and becoming more curious about what you're growing. At this point, you might be wondering, well, Dr. Hydro, what can I grow in my current high pH situation? Well, just like there's someone for everyone, there's a plant for everyone. Here's a list of plants for you to explore. They love high pH levels. But if you want to explore all your options, you will definitely have to make some adjustments. First, you might want to buy a starter pH pen and starter ppm pen. Here's the kind I ordered from VivoSun, sold on Amazon for about $20. This budget allowed me to play around with pH without guilty feelings, and I tested everything's pH. Once you break your first set with your enthusiasm, you might want to upgrade to a bigger, better toy, like Blue Labs or Apera, which I am currently using. I have also used a basic soil tester by Kensizer, also sold on Amazon for about $15. As always, the links of these products are in the description below, and I highly recommend giving them a try. Alright, so back to the video. And when you go out and you buy a plant and you buy the medium and you give it love and attention, it can be very discouraging to see little signs of it just not looking right, and when it just doesn't look right. So that's why being conscious of your pH and knowing what you're feeding your plant is so much more important, and it's very nuanced. Thank you for watching, and thank you to all my neighbors for giving me the samples to test for this episode. I appreciate it. I hope that everyone goes out and buys a practice pH meter. Just try it. Buy some pH down and some pH up. It's not too expensive. It's definitely worth it. And thank you. If you like the content, please like and subscribe.